Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a video on different ways that I don't waste money. And I have about 10 of my top 10 absolute favorite ways to save money. And I'm going to go through them one at a time, and I'm going to explain how I do it. And it's always best for you to figure out if that works for you, or you could tweak it the way you want. Or you may even find that some or none of these even work for you, and that's fine. The idea is to just get you thinking about different ways that you can save money. So you don't want to waste money. We want to save money. So don't waste your money. And here's how I do it. Number one, now that we're heading into fall, we are into fall and the temperatures are dropping, my heat does not go on until November 1st. That is something that I decided to do last year, just start a new way of doing things in a more frugal manner because of the world situation, the oil shortages, the natural gas fuel is just, home heating fuel has just gone through the roof. I do use gas, and gas heat is also very expensive. So I wanted to see if I could go till November 1st without putting it on last year, and I did it. And I'm going to tell you how I did it. The first thing I did was I learned to dress a little bit warmer. If I got cold, a little chilly, especially in the daytime, it's really not that bad. I would just put on like a hooded sweatshirt or something. I like to make sure that I have slippers and non-skid slipper socks. I do open all my blinds, and I like to, I use the heat to help heat up a room, the sunlight, and that does heat up a room very well. I meant to say sunlight, not heat. So the sun is a natural heater. It reflects off the glass window, and it can heat up a room pretty well. The other thing I did not to put the heat on until November 1st was I used an electric blanket. Now, you're going to say those can really rack up your electric bill. Yes and no. The reason why it didn't rack up my electric bill is because they're very inexpensive to use. They cost pennies per hour. And if I put the heat on, it would be heating that whole level of the house instead of heating just me. My body needed the heat. I didn't need to heat the whole house at that time. So an electric blanket worked very well for me. Also, a cozy bathrobe in the morning and at night also helps. So that is how I was able to stay without putting my heat on until November 1st. I also would light my oven, let it heat up with the door open, and it heated up the whole first level of my home to a point where it was tolerable. It was kind of cozy, actually. And the other way I kept my heat off until November 1st was I used my original working fireplace. I would just light that sometimes in the morning and sit here and have my coffee. And by the time I was done having my coffee, the house was nice and toasty warm without putting the heat on. So those are some ways that you can prolong putting your heat on this winter. Number two is, it doesn't matter what season it is, I hang dry my clothes. In the good weather, the spring, the summer, the fall, and as long as it's not raining, I like to hang my clothes on my outdoor clothesline. That works real well. They dry in about a half hour, 45 minutes, especially if it's breezy, and it probably would have took longer to run my dryer. So I have an alternative clothesline in my basement, which works out real well. And I also, if some things don't fit on the line that could be hung up, I will just hang them up on hangers and put them over some door jambs, and they dry in no time. So I don't use my dryer, although I have it. I don't know why, but I have it. Cook everything from scratch. Now, that's a no-brainer. Most of us know that. But did you know that you could even make some jam yourself with some fruits that are either marked down or on sale or on a clearance rack at your grocery store? They don't have to be canned. There are recipes for jam that you can make, and you can just put in small containers. You could keep one in your refrigerator and the rest in your freezer if you'd like. There are many videos out there that I have done on how I do my croutons, my breadcrumbs, how I save my vegetable scraps to make broth, my bones to make bone broth. There are tons of things that you could actually cut off your grocery list to help you save money. And it just takes a little bit of effort and just a little bit of commitment, and you could save a ton of money. Another way is to call every place that you write a check to every month, whether you swipe or write a check. If you pay money to anyone every month, you need to write down, make a list of everything you pay, get their phone number, put it on a piece of paper right next to the name of the company, and go down the list and ask them, are there any programs? Are there any other ways that I can save? I really do need a discount. This is my budget. What can you do for me? I was able to save $40 a month on my homeowner's insurance. That's about, what, $400 or $500 a year just on homeowners insurance. I also called my phone company. I use T-Mobile. I have a plan where I have, I don't know how much data I have, but it is a lot. And I have unlimited talk and text, and I only pay $15 a month for my phone bill. I was paying $30 a month with Metro, and I didn't think that I used it enough to warrant $30 a month, so I cut it in half. So right there, I am saving $15 a month. Another way that you can save money is to shop weekly. Yes, weekly. Not monthly, not bi-monthly, not bi-weekly. No, weekly. You don't want to shop every other week because you're going to be missing out on sales and opportunities to get fresh product in between, like milk and produce and things that go bad, and to stock up on things that you're going to use long term. So what you want to do is you take your grocery budget, okay, whatever it is for the month, you need to figure it out. Figure out what you can spend. Doesn't mean what you are going to spend. Because if you have a food budget of a certain amount, you're going to make sure that you use all of that, and you may not need to use all of that. So you're going to take your food budget, divide it by 5, because there are 5 weeks in a lot of months. This way you will always be able to go to the store weekly and get your fresh products, your sale items, your stock up items, etc. And what you want to do is go through your circular and circle. This is what I do. You see me do it on videos. I circle the items that I want to get. I add it up on a piece of paper. If one place is having apples, 79 cents a pound, yeah, I want some apples this week, okay? They're 3-pound bags, 3 times 79 cents, write in how much it's going to cost you, how many pounds you're willing to buy that week, and keep a running total on a piece of paper before you even leave the house. Another way to stock up on items and save money is not to forget to shop the discount bins at all your grocery stores. Some stores have an area of dairy that is good for a while, or things that can be frozen. Some areas have just a rack of bread and bakery items, which are totally fine. Some stores have meat items also. Always check your dates. Make sure that that looks healthy, it smells healthy, and make sure that you're either going to freeze it or use it immediately so that you don't get sick. Again, do your own research. Do what's safe and what's best for you. Number 6 is stop buying coffee. I never buy coffee. I drink a ton of it. I never pay for it. I buy huge cans of the brand that I like, and I prefer Maxwell House. I do have a stovetop coffee pot that perks, and I make my coffee. I'm sorry, guys. Don't know what happened there. I do make my coffee, and I drink my own coffee that I make. I don't have to dish out $2, $3, and $4. There's $5 and $6 for some of those Starbucks specialties that they have. To me, they're just not worth it. So I never buy coffee. I buy a can when it's on sale. A big large can might run you like $7.99, and it lasts me about a month. And for $7.99 at Starbucks, I think you might be able to get maybe a large coffee or a large cappuccino or something. Not really sure. That is just way too expensive for me. I'm not going to do that. Save on gas. Now, walk locally. If you like to go walking for exercise, that's great to get out there in the fresh air. Instead of paying for a gym or going to a stuffy gym or using even your car to go to a gym. Every time you get in your car and you start it, you're using gas. It's going to cost you money. So walk locally. Walk around your neighborhood. If you think it's safe, walk around your neighborhood. Walk to a nearby park and walk the little track or something they have there. Walk to the store. That could be exercise at the same time, and you're doing an errand without starting your car and using gas. Number 8 is learn to entertain at home. You could whip up a batch of brownies either from scratch or a brownie mix. You could put a pot of coffee on and maybe get some chips and dip and invite some friends or relatives over that you haven't seen for a while, play a game of cards, watch television together, or you could just sit there and just talk and catch up. Show each other pictures, talk about the good old days, make plans to get together and do things. And it doesn't have to be a monthly or weekly thing, because sometimes regimens like that get boring. It gets old real fast. But if once or twice a month you like to entertain some friends and family, go for it. Because, with technology and our cell phones, people don't sit and talk that much. Everything is text. But it really is nice to have human contact. I think it's good for our mind and it's good for our heart. So, also you might want to learn to mend your clothes. If there's a hem that needs to be adjusted, socks that need to be mended, a button got loose, you need to replace a button. These are things that you need to learn to do to help save some money so that your clothing will even last longer. And that will also bring me back to my point of hang drying your clothes. It does help your clothes last longer. They stay in shape. It doesn't fade the color as much as using the fabric, and it just gets worn out more in a dryer. So hanging them up to air dry is another great way to help save on your clothes. Another thing that helps me save money is, this is a real no-brainer, stay home. Stop always thinking of where you're going to go, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, what can you buy while you're there. Learn to stay home. Get a hobby. Read a book. Do some puzzles. Sew. Knit. Crochet. Guys out there, take up some leatherworking, woodworking, get a hobby. Take up, those bottle cutters and make some fancy bottles and stuff. Learn to make different items that you could give for gifts for birthdays or Christmas or whatever it is that you celebrate. So learn to stay home. Learn to be content. Another reason why I can save on money is I don't have cable. I have an antenna on one for each television that I bought at Walmart, and I get local television. And I also am not paying constantly to run that cable box electronically, so that helps. So you want to limit your electronics. Don't have so many things that plug in, if you possibly can. I don't have a microwave simply because I don't like it, but I like the idea that it's one less thing plugged in. I also don't have an electric plug-in rechargeable hand vac. I use the broom or dustpan and broom, and I use a dust mop on the hardwoods. I do have a vacuum, which I use on a regular basis, but No, I don't have a whole lot of things that need to be plugged in. Also, learn to unplug things that you are not using so that they are not secretly using what we call phantom electricity, which could really run up your electric bill. So, everything that you can do to help save money is going to benefit you in the end. I hope that I enlightened you just a little bit with a few maybe new ideas, or maybe you've heard them a million times, but this is what I do, and I hope that it helps you too. So if you like this video, please give me a big fat thumbs up and hit subscribe if you want to come back and find out different ways that I like to save money. And I do hope that you have a great day. I will catch you on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you.